Okay, going to chapter 12 now. Beppo jet out with Emirates Airlines on Saturday at 10 p.m. He was determined to be at the airport as early as possible. He learned his lesson the last time he visited British flight. He visited his wife in UK. He bought a British airline. Is that okay? And he came late. He came hours behind schedule. And they set off despite all the begging. They couldn't allow him. Okay, they shut the door. And that is the end. Is that okay? The next day he has to pay $100. Okay, before he was allowed to travel. So Seri told him to check the ticket very well so that he don't make same mistake again. He said, God forbid. I say you use the glass to check it or even call someone to help him and check it. Okay. Now he realized that Okada was banned in Lagos because of the numerous accident that it caused. Okay. But some people say it's a saving grace, especially when you want to about missing an important appointment. It's Okada that will propel you and actually make sure that you get to the place on time. Is that okay? So he's about to call Uber and a knock on the door. Is that okay? And that was the landlord, Mr. Ogunwale. Okay. He opened the door, saw the man and landlady with the two grandchildren, Jide and Kemi. He said he will drive him to the airport. Okay. Then the wife called, that's the landlady called him a good neighbor, not a good tenant. He said, you are no longer a tenant. You are not a tenant, but a neighbor to us. You're a family friend now. Is that okay? Because he's good. Okay. The wife asked him to buy snail. Okay. Beppo's wife asked him to buy snail and come as light as he could. Okay. Not carrying too many luggages. Not too many luggage. His load was parked at the booth of the landlord, okay, Honda Pilot, which is enough to carry all the load. People sold his Pathfinder Sport utility vehicle for 1.5 million to Stardom accountant Mr. Jeremy Amos. He didn't regret it though. The cost of that car is way higher than that. Then he gifted his deep freezer and electronics to the landlady. About setting out, a phone rang. It was Mrs. Ape, the vice principal, with her in the car were accountant Mr. Oyelana and Mr. Audu. Okay. Beppo gave Jide and the sister 5,000 and asked them to agree. That was at the airport. So all of them drove to the airport. Is that okay? Both the landlady, the landlord, and the vice principal with others. They drove to the airport in different cars in their convoy. They conveyed to the airport. Mr. Oyelana, while chatting with Beppo, while waiting and clearing other things he needed to do before the flight will leave. Beppo at the airport said all staff, especially Mr. Audu, should borrow a leave. Said borrow a leave. Audu said he's not going to borrow anything. So which one is borrow a leave? Now what you want to borrow now, that means you're going to borrow money from the cooperative account. Okay, that was Audu joking. Is that okay? And he said, no, borrow a leave doesn't mean you should go and borrow money from the cooperative. It actually meant that you should imitate and have a similar behavior like what people. Okay. He wants people now actually entered, they waited, and he was called, and he will give me a seat number. And he went in, all right. Before you know, he dozed into his sleep and a dream about slave and white man master. Okay, then he saw a white man telling him to enter the ship in a dream, and he screamed. Okay, the officials came in and tapped him on the shoulder and tried to make him to calm down. Is that okay? Then after which people left for UK. Is that okay? To family. Now left to UK for the family. Then on Monday morning, okay, after Bepo departure, the school felt the void. Is that okay? The absence of Mr. Bepo. And just as the MD was saying more words, okay, the VP came and the VP voice was not as loud as Mr. Bepo. The children felt the absence, okay, just as when they are vibrating, as they were saying, they had MD was just saying something and they had a vibrating noise from behind, reverberating at the gate. So it was Bepo that arrived. Is that okay? Students, we are happy. He said, I'm back. I am back. My heart is here. I'm here to complete my mission. Okay, that was the end of what chapter 12. All right. So when you listen to the chapter 12, you endeavor to answer the questions. Thank you very much.